context.
I give you the history.
I fight fake news with facts.
Kayode. No, Kayode, I will let you talk. Kayode, I will let you talk if you let me talk. Kayode.
That's why more and more Lagosians are tuning in.
500,000 Lagosians.
720,000.
970,000.
Over 1 million Lagosians, they know that if you give me your afternoon, I will give you hard facts.
Well done, Sandra, all to going beyond the headlines and focus on the facts.
I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
Hello, Lagos. Good afternoon. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts. I really don't know why they don't give women pockets in their clothes. Like, every time I see pockets in my clothes, I always squeal with joy. So I'm wearing this new outfit today, and I just randomly noticed that I have pockets. And I'm like, oh my God, I have pockets. I don't know why, every tailor that designs for women doesn't just automatically give us pockets. Give us pockets. We need pockets. Thank you. Anyways, first hard fact of the day, 20 million litres. That's how much petrol NNPC will be getting from Dangote refinery once it's operational. NNPC GMD Miliki Ari says that they've struck a deal with Dangote refinery, and under the deal, NNPC will sell the refinery 300,000 barrels of crude oil daily. It's a guaranteed sale, meaning that refinery is buying NNP's crude before anybody else's crude. And on the other end, Dangote will guarantee 20% of its refined product. Now, if the refinery is planning to produce 50 million litres of petrol a day, that means that NNPC will get 20 million. By the way, Nigeria allegedly consumes 74 million litres a day. I say allegedly because most stakeholders agree that a big chunk of that gets smuggled to our neighbours. So the question is, how big is that chunk? But either ways, this deal with Dangote could give NNPC access to between 25% and 50% of domestic demand. The other question is, will Dangote be paid in naira or dollars? Anyway, as that story unfolds, we'll let you know more. Second hard fact of the day, 30 days. That's how much time the NCAA is giving Nigerian airlines to clear their debts or lose their licenses. The government says that the airlines owe the NCAA $7.6 million and 19 billion naira, while they allegedly owe FAN 18 billion naira. Now, the airlines say that government is overcharging them. Government is also hitting them with multiple charges. On Balogun Abroad last week, I interviewed an airline industry expert who talked about that. Do you remember? So that's what's happening there. We'll see what happens by the end of September. They've given them 30 days, so we're following that story. I've got a third hard fact and a fourth hard fact. Third hard fact of the day, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo will be meeting the U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris. Osinbajo is trying to get U.S. support and funding for Nigeria's energy transition plan. The plan is meant to increase our use of renewable energy and reduce carbon emissions while still growing the economy. It reminds me of yesterday's I Beg to Differ semi-final debate. Did you miss it? You have to listen again. Listen again on our website, nigeriainfo.fm, or watch it again. It's available on Facebook and YouTube, Nigeria Info 99.3. Fourth hard fact of the day. A federal high court in Abuja has fined the EFCC 1 million naira for illegally invading a business premises. The EFCC raided Fezel Nigeria Limited in Abuja, sealed the premises. The owners sued. The court has held that EFCC did not have any grounds to raid. Apparently, there was no probable cause, no warrant. It was just one of those random raids that EFCC does, which are illegal. We talked about this matter on Hard Facts, you remember? We even had the EFCC on the show to answer for it. Now there's a court judgment. 1 million naira. So they have to pay. Now, those are the little bits of facts that I have to share with you. Don't forget, if you witness a story or a news event that you want Lagos to know about, call our newsroom directly on 01465 7175. 1 million Lagosians cannot be wrong. So if you think it's news, it probably is news. I've got a great show for you today. Let's start with the big three. Let's talk about P2B's tour of the diaspora. We're supposed to talk about this yesterday on Road to 2023, but we couldn't, so let's talk about it today. Then let's talk about President Buhari promising not to let anybody rig the election. And then let's talk about rising robberies and attacks in Abule Egba. At 4 o'clock, let's talk about the journey of Fabian Chibundo and Stephanie Ame to the I Beg to Differ final. Can't believe they're both in the final. They are number 14 and number 15 and number 16 seed. Wow, what a journey they've had. On Balogun and Broad, let's talk about the poultry industry. After the news at 6, Agogo will bring you Built to Go Global. There'll be news for you as usual. Expect news, business, and sports at the top of the hour every hour. But let's get started with today's big three. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, Lagos. These are your hard facts.
This is the Big Three.
The big three
On the hard facts.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
What role will the diaspora play in the Obi campaign? What role will the diaspora play in the Obi campaign? Will the Buhari administration ensure a free and fair election? Is Abule Egba becoming more unsafe? Those are the big three. Lagos, let's talk. P2B is meeting with Nigerians in the diaspora. That's our first story. After attending the creation of a Nigerian cardinal at the Vatican, he made a stop in Germany to speak at a town hall for Nigerians there. Then he crossed the Atlantic to do the same. On our live stream at the moment, I'm about to show you a video of Obi being received at the town hall in Toronto, Ontario. You can watch it live on Facebook, Nigeria Info FM. That's our Facebook live stream. On YouTube, it is Nigeria Info 99.3. We're also showing you pictures from that event as well. Then from Canada, he went to the USA. He went to Houston for another town hall. And there, he spoke about Nigeria needing the diaspora, needing the ideas of the diaspora. Let me play that video for you.
You don't need to know us.
And the government, they said you're the government, but they're wrong. Which is what we need, which is what I'm appealing to you. This night, I want to learn from you. You live in the first world. Tell us what you're looking for. Tell us what you want us to do. But insist, we are 18 people going to contest to be president. Don't say you're choosing P2B. No. Listen to 18 of us. Let them come. Don't you trust them. Let them come to us. So speak to you. And they are speaking, let them show you what they've done in the past. We want to know their name, their age, who's the one to no. Let them tell you their schools, their classmates, everything, so we can verify and know who they are. Somebody's going to call you for dinner and start telling you story and say they will do this. No, they have to verify. When people are campaigning here to be president and everything, don't they move from one state to the other? Yes. They even go overseas and talking to Americans, other places. Yes. That's why I'm here. So let them come and do the same thing. Not because you are going to hold them responsible when you can no longer reach me. You said it was you who came with this man here. I will tell the people that are serious.
Peter will be there in Houston speaking to Nigerians in the diaspora. Shots fired as well. He said every candidate should talk to the diaspora directly, not through representatives. Also, he said every candidate should open their history, including school history, to scrutiny. As you can imagine, there's been some debate about whether Obi's tour of the diaspora makes sense, whether it's just theatrics. Those who dismiss it say that the diaspora cannot vote, so what's the point? If you like travel anyway, you're still not going to win. And why are you talking to diaspora? They don't vote in Nigeria. But those who support what he's doing say that diasporans are affected by policies at home, especially when they have family members here or investments here. And there's no denying that the diaspora is becoming more and more influential. The question now is, how influential are they? How will that influence affect the 2023 elections? Some of the people who met Obi are promising to support his campaign financially and with technical expertise. Let me play you something that happened when he was in Canada. Let me play this for you.
To Lagos, to here in Canada, that are working for you. You don't need to know us. It is being funded by us. We don't need anything. We just need you to tell us if it's tomorrow when you get to California or when you're talking to the chaps in Colombia, you see one or two things, send us and say, can your app do this? Do we have this? So that, because you see, we have to start thinking of things that it is not just money. Tinubu can go and do anything. Like I think, and I'm not saying this to disparage these men. In their own capacity, they've done well, but this is not their. They say this is. He says this is his turn. It is our time.
Yeah,
it might be his turn.
absolutely.
It's our time.
Yeah.
Right. So all I'm asking, my question to you is just this: as you go on your journey, think of technology. Because these young people, this is the language they understand.
Yeah,
it's not just about
absolutely.
Twitter and the rest. If you can think of those things, then let us know and we will imbibe it and we will win this election.
Right, the grace of God.
Nigerians in Canada speaking with Peter will be there. And I beg to differ, we had a very interesting debate about whether Nigeria should have diaspora voting. You remember? Stories like this just prove how relevant I beg to differ really is, because we try to make sure that the topics are not silly. You know, boys are better than girls, nonsense like that. We want the students to think deeply and seriously about the country and the world that they live in. It's why I love that segment so much. But back to Peter Obi's diaspora tour. Do you think it makes sense? Does it make sense to you that he's touring the diaspora? What do you think about some diaspora Nigerians promising to support him? In what ways can Nigerians in the diaspora affect the elections? Are you comfortable with Nigerians in the diaspora affecting the elections in Nigeria? Because some will argue, if you've left Nigeria, you shouldn't get involved in elections that affect those who are still living here. But others will say because of what they do to contribute to the country and the economy, they should have a say. Where do you stand? Women call us on 01465-7190. 01465-7190. Men call us on 0700-993-993. I'm showing you those videos on our live stream. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. YouTube Nigeria Info FM. Let's talk. Hello. Thanks for calling us. Good afternoon.
Sister.
Sir. Kazikwagi.
Sister, Obi is going to abroad, number one, especially our citizens here, for awareness, for support, for campaign, so that they can be able to support him and he can give us transformations. That's number one. Number two, Buhari won Jonathan in 2015. So you don't have any choice than to leave Airline to do their work. Yes, I support Buhari. I have gotten my own gadget. After voting for Obasanjo or the family, I will go to our Tarangwa government. I will sleep there. And I will follow them for that connection center. We are planning, I'm a volunteer now. So there's nothing, we're not going to agree that rigging. We're not going to agree any rigging at all next year. You hear me?
Okay.
So I support Buhari. We can never allow rigging. I volunteer myself. I will sleep for that local government. Yes.
All right, comrade. John in Lekki is on the line. Hi, Don.
Yeah, Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah. The Obi is touring the whole world, Abby. It is well.
Do you think it's necessary?
For me, I think he have already started making mistakes.
Okay.
Yes, because they say duty or charity begins at home. But it's like he have neglected where he should have started his campaign from author.
Okay.
So going abroad, well, I wish him well, but I don't think he's going to succeed the way he's going.
Okay. All right.
I don't think he's going to succeed.
All right, John. Thank you very much for calling. 99.3. Hello.
Hi, Sandra.
How are you? What's your name?
This is Remy from Makora.
Remy, welcome.
Yeah. How are you doing?
It's going good.
Yeah. I heard the last caller and I did good. If the remittances of the diasporans matter to Nigeria, Obi talking to them matters a lot as well. And this is 2022. By now, we also should be having the diasporans voting now.
Okay.
So you get
okay.
Last election at in this country, this Zambia or Kenya, they had that.
Yes.
So,
Kenya, yes.
Kenya, yeah. So that is what we should be talking about. And I love what those guys told him about technology. Okay. That is the language of the youth now. You can't come and tell me about Bado and cassava. At this, I know people be telling us agricultural matters. Yes, but we've advanced beyond that level. You get Sandra.
Okay.
Farming has gone beyond the level, the usual kind of farming. You have to improve on. You don't need to invent the wheel. So you get.
Okay.
So I commend him for doing that. I just spend his personal money, not extra code. His personal money, unlike other governors going back and forth with the state funds. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. We've got Sunday and Lekki on the line. Hi, Sunday. Hi, Sunday.
Hi, Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yes, I want to talk about Peter Obi's meeting with Nigerians in the diaspora.
Does it make sense?
This is what I have to say. Like, I want Obi to be. I think that Obi, out of all the candidates that are available right now, to me, Obi is the nearest person to our Messiah, to the Messiah that will save us. So, but on the other hand, I want him to be very careful with his utterances, because I watched the videos, I heard what he was saying. He talked about other candidates' age or something. This is what I want you to understand. Politics is politics, and the politicians, they are almost the same set of people. Because I remember in 2019 when Obi was the vice presidential candidate to Atiku Abubakar, age was not a problem. So suddenly, because he is assigned to be one right now, he has started talking about, complaining about people's age. But then in 2019, he didn't talk about age, was not even a problem. Atiku Abubakar was fit enough to be president because he was on the team. So I want his campaign to just go on smoothly. He should just concentrate on maybe projects or whatever the agenda he has for Nigeria. He shouldn't talk about age or anything that will that will make people to hate him.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. We've got Olatunde in Ikoton. Hi, Olatunde.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Okay. Actually, I just tuned back to the channel now, and I think I've been trying to say something about this particular topic for a long time.
Okay.
From my own angle of thought, I think Obi can only win if the diaspora people vote, if electronic voting is done. I don't know if we're really seeing it the way I see it. There are so many of us that are saying obedient now. At the end of the day, on the election day, everybody wants to run and say, let me see what is happening there. Okay, will it be peaceful or not? Until the election will be over, before some people will come out. So these people already know that this is the only way they can come back to power or they can hold on to power. So if the diasporas are not voting, if there's no avenue for people to vote from your convenience, certainly this man is not getting there.
All right, Olatunde, thank you for calling. We have to take a break, unfortunately, but we'll be back and you can keep talking about this. Again, my question with the OB story, does it make sense to consult with Nigerians in the diaspora? Does it make sense to you, this tour of the diaspora? What do you think about some diaspora Nigerians promising to support OB? What do you think that Nigerians in the diaspora could affect elections in Nigeria? Do you think that they should affect elections in Nigeria? I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's take this break. And then when we come back, President Buhari says he'll make sure nobody steals Nigerians' votes from them in 2023. That's our second story.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Yes, I'm going back to you. Okay.
Look at my e-commerce business. I've been making deliveries from home and now it has become an issue with my roommates.
Let Enterprise Hubs help you out. Enterprise Hubs is a one-stop center that supports growing businesses. With Enterprise Hubs, you can have a service office or a co-working space or even meeting rooms in Victoria Island, Lagos, Asukoro in Abuja, in Kano, and also in Port Harcourt for affordable rates. So find out all you need on www.enterprisehubs.com or email them on info@enterprisehubs.com. You can also call 0906 000 9685. So stop stressing yourself. Call Enterprise Hubs, where entrepreneurs go to grow.
The debaters are ready, and all 18 of them will battle every single day on your number one station for talk. The panel of judges are also ready, and they will decide again who walks away with our prize money. The prize money is ready. Like Ruth Okorocha, Tamvita Kaushik, and Esther Bewaji, another child is 4 debates away from winning 1 million naira. There's only one question left. Lagos, are you, the audience, ready? It's the I Beg to Differ Debate Tournament, August edition. Join Sandra Ezekwesili, the moderator, the best student debaters, in a stellar panel of judges from the 8th of August to the 1st of September 2022. Mondays to Thursdays at 4 p.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info FM. This tournament is supported by Webster University, obiwizi.com, RLG Communications, Storm Body Spray, and Buka Hots.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, and President Buhari says he'll make sure nobody steals the votes of Nigerians in 2023. That's our second story. He made the guarantee in a meeting with APC governors yesterday. Here's what he said, quote, "I want Nigerians to know that we respect them, and for us to show that, we will allow them to vote who they want. We all witnessed what happened in Anambra, Ekiti, and Osun states. What happened in those states gives me a lot of hope that we are succeeding. We will not allow anyone to use personal resources or their influence to intimidate other Nigerians. We will not allow intimidations materially, morally, or physically. This is the kind of leadership that can emerge and consolidate our nation. In 6 months, Nigerians will appreciate the government of the All Progressives Congress, that we are sincere and that we respect them." End quote. Now, I want to know if you believe that... do you believe this guarantee from the president? Do you believe that it's a guarantee that he can enforce? 0700-993-993-993. But before I take your calls to answer that question, what do you think about what the president has said in the context of his REC nominees? Remember yesterday on the road to 2023, we talked about how some of his rec picks are allegedly APC members. We spoke with Paul James, the programs manager for elections at Yaga, and he had this to say about it.
Section 156(1)(a) of the Constitution makes it very clear about the need for them to be apolitical. The need for the REC to be nominated to express their neutrality in everything that they do. In July 22nd, specific, the National Assembly, the Senate, called out some names of nominees that were appointed for confirmation by the president. Now, of the 19 names that they called out on the floor of the Senate, 5 were returning reps that have served a time of 5 years and are eligible for another term. 14 are the ones that are supposed to go in for a new term. So we question some of the appointment based off the antecedent of what we have known about them. For instance, there is a REC nominee from Sokoto State who was an APC gubernatorial candidate in the 2015 presidential election. There is a REC nominee from Imo State who has questionable character. She used to be the ICT director of Imo at INEC, and we know how she had connived with the bad elements in the past to circumvent the electoral process. There is a REC nominee from Enugu State, for instance, that is alleged to be related to the deputy vice president of the APC for Southeast. So with all of these characters in the INEC setup, we fear that the integrity of the electoral process could be compromised, given that the Constitution is very clear. And now this is the biggest challenge that we have about our Constitution. The power that the Constitution has vested so much on the president to make this appointment. And that is why, if you recall, for instance, when we had the Justice Uwais Commission, one of the recommendations from the Justice Uwais was on the need to see how we could take off these powers from the president and perhaps come up with some judicial processes for nominating this REC. So we fear that INEC in the past had suffered questions around its integrity, has suffered trust deficit, especially amongst the many Nigerians that are following our elections. And that if we begin to have these sort of characters in the electoral process, they could be there, they could compromise the integrity of the elections in 2023. And then we'll go back again. Most of the mileage that we thought we have made, especially with the progress we have seen in INEC, this is going to be a rollback to some of those. And so for the civil society, we'll say this is a no-no. The president needs to reverse himself on this. The National Assembly also needs to take a hard stand on this. The hard stand here is also to begin to question how did they even pass the security screening to come to this level? Because we strongly believe that before they will even be presented to the Senate, of course, they will have gone through a lot of security checks to ensure that to make sure they are clean on the question of integrity, and also if they don't have past criminal records.
Paul James is Yaga's program manager for elections. Anyway, Buhari has given his guarantee. What do you think about both the sincerity and the feasibility of what the president is promising? Do you think the parties that control the different federal and state governments really will allow a free and fair election? Will the president stop the governors from his party from hijacking elections in their state? Women call me on 01465-7190. Men call me on 0700-993-993. Hello, thanks for calling us. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for calling. Good evening.
Sandra.
Hi.
Mirabel from Ikotu.
Welcome, Mirabel.
Okay, Sandra, I asked a question. Do we believe what Buhari Administration is saying?
Right.
Anybody that will believe what Buhari is saying, anybody that will ever believe what Buhari is saying, the person must be very funny. What has he ever said? What has he ever promised that he has fulfilled?
But he used.
He just has his own personal interest. But I can never ever believe what Buhari is saying in my life again.
Okay. All right, Mirabel. But again, the president used Anambra, Osun, Ekiti as examples of his commitment to free and fair elections. 99.3, hello.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Onyeka.
Hi, Onyeka, welcome.
Yeah. Well, it's a dicey one. Using Anambra and Ekiti as an example, can be very dicey because we can be hopeful that things are changing and they will still change it again. Because just like the other person said, it's difficult to believe what they are saying. So, and concerning P2B in diaspora, people didn't know that the campaign have not even started in Nigeria.
Yes.
So he can also be soliciting, because you may think that those that people in diaspora doesn't have anything to offer. They have. He is looking for funds. You know that a P2B campaign is not being funded by any government or so. So he is there to canvass for many things, both support and otherwise. So I think it makes sense for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Taiwo Ganiu has been trying to join the show. Hi, Taiwo. Where are you calling us from?
Hi, Sandra.
Welcome.
I'm calling from the United Kingdom.
Welcome. Go ahead.
All right. So, one thing I would like Nigerians to know is that change is the only constant thing.
Okay.
So, Peter supporting or being the vice candidate to Atiku in 2019 does not mean he has no right to change position today.
Okay.
And it is obvious that this man wants the best for Nigeria in all ramifications.
Okay.
When you put together all of those other candidates, it may seem as though this man wants the best. And then meeting with people in diaspora, I think to win an election, money is needed.
Okay.
And campaign funds should ideally come from donations and not from the coffers of a country, like our ruling party is doing. So I think he's doing the right thing.
Okay.
And I also think you are the best presenter in Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Taiwo. Thank you. Thank you very much for that compliment, Taiwo. We've got Frank joining us from Indonesia. Hi, Frank.
Hi, Sandra.
Welcome.
Yeah. For Mr. President, I want to reply him by telling him one Mr. Ralph Waldo's quote. He says, "What you speak is so loud. I say what you do is so loud that I cannot hear what you're saying or whatever he's saying." I look at more of his. I want to remind you there are little things that really count here. Sandra, the Aso Rock, the government house is a public building that was entrusted to him to oversee as the president. Now, he gave the APC candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that platform to make his pronunciation of, as in his candidature, like he wants to contest. Bola Ahmed Tinubu used the banquet hall of Aso Rock to proclaim or say that he wants to contest. There was even the vice president did not use there. And now you're coming to tell us that you're not going to give advantage to anybody. It's going to be a free and fair. But you gave somebody the public building of the full country because we entrusted it to you for somebody to use it to say whatever he wanted to say. Look, again, they can keep saying whatever they want to say. That's Mr. President. We are not stupid and we are not foolish. We know and we can read between the lines. And they should just stop making us look like we don't know what is going on. But it still comes down to the fact that at the end of the day, the people are the ones to make the decision. Like your last caller just said, we don't believe whatever he says. Yeah, he can quote Anambra, Ikiti, and blah, blah, but we don't believe him. Okay. In fact, Nigerians can't wait for May to get. I don't want to talk about diaspora because it's going to sound sentimental. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Thank you very much for calling. Thanks for calling. All right. Let's come back to the phone lines. 99.3. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for calling.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, yeah. Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, ma'am?
I think somebody called and said she will never believe Buhari again. I'm in support of that. Number one, is it when people fight to get it right that you claim the responsibility? Now, what happened in Imo State when the fourth person became the governor? What happened there? What did he do there? Did he do anything there? Okay, now, based on the diaspora and people will be going to visit our people in diaspora. All those people that were there, they were in Nigeria before. They know what is happening in Nigeria. Most of them went there because of the leadership problem that we have here. Now, most of our presidential candidates, they have a means of surviving, getting it, as in they have a finance based on our. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. I'm listening.
They know how to fund themselves. They will use our money. to fund themselves. This man is using his own money. And for him to be there, it's not that he wants to collect the vote. You know why he's there. He wants a financial support.
Okay.
Maybe he don't want to say it out, but that is why he's there.
Okay.
To seek for their financial support.
Okay.
Okay, what happened when they are doing the rally they did in Kaduna State, where Airline allegedly scattered them. Some people volunteer to donate something to help to make the movement forward. So that is why he's doing that, so that he can be able to have people putting helping hand.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling. Tokbe is Negweda. Hi, Tokbe.
Hi, Sandra.
Welcome. I'm very well.
Okay, please, very quick one. Just a token of contribution to what I've been going on.
Yes, please, go ahead.
About the diaspora issue, yeah? Yeah. And I heard one or two callers, a particular one condemning Peter Obi for going about that is a wrong move.
Yes.
And whoever that person is, I would just like the person to ask or answer himself or herself. Himself, I think, the man.
It's a man.
To just say, how was it a wrong move to take your initiatives, your innovation, your ideas to the whole world, to know what change you actually want to bring about development and to stop a lot of issues that is already going on in the land where you and I are. They are not even complaining. These people that he is going about to go and see their support, their information, their ideologies to make Nigeria better. He's doing this for the betterment of the same people who are criticizing the same man. I'm a Yoruba man.
Okay.
But looking at the picture of what Nigeria has become today, every one of us is feeling the heat. We don't need to go about tribes. We don't need to go about religion settings and all of that. We are talking about getting out of the hole that we can say all of us are already in. It's obvious. It's staring at all of us. So if anybody is saying Peter Obi going about is a wrong move, I want to say categorically that would be a lie. He is going about campaigning and telling people about his idea. Let every other person go about the idea.
Okay.
There is no cause for alarm.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
There is no issue at all.
All right. Talk away from Egweda with that opinion there. Let me bring you our final story. We're hearing reports of increased crime in Abule Egba. If you live in Abule Egba, I'd love to hear from you directly. The Punch is carrying a news story saying that lots of business owners, workers, residents are complaining about armed robbery becoming more and more common there. They're quoting the Punch, that is, quoting residents who say that it's no longer safe to move around at night because criminals are snatching phones, robbing people at gunpoint in Abule Egba. They're also talking about a dump site near Ilekpo bus stop. Apparently, it's a flashpoint because the criminals make their getaway through the dump. If you live there or you work there or near Abule Egba, I want to hear from you. How bad are things getting? What's the police presence like in that area? Are they tackling these criminals? What are your CDA leaders saying? How comfortable are you with the government's response to the situation? Those of you who live in Abule Egba, I'd love to hear from you. 0700-993-993. And yes, you can talk about all our three stories on today's Big Three. 99.3, hello.
Wow, Sandra, Joy.
Long time no hear, Joy.
I said let me just be listening to people's contributions, and laugh and just learn. Yeah, Sandra,
yes.
I stay in Abule Egba.
Okay, okay.
That's the main reason I called in.
Okay.
And I know I told one of the times they were talking about the band of Okada called Cherry Show. And I was telling him that if you ban Okada, because that is the major means of transport that you can transport yourself to the nearest bus stop. Now you're telling people to come out very early to trek down to the bus stop. And by so doing, you see lots of pickpocket, all these snatchers, we have lots of them around. I know why I'm saying that. But when you can't come out early morning to say, okay, let me come out early, maybe 6 o'clock, 5:30, you see all these people, touts moving around, you're not even safe. Coming back from work, if you know people that stay around Fagba side, Even when you are in all this tricycle, they will tell you, girl, keep your phone, no. These people are around. Even me coming back from work yesterday, I saw some boys just roaming about, looking for opportunities in order to snatch people's either bag or phone. This is actually real. I'm not lying. The woman who was in the tricycle with me told me that there was a day she was coming from work in her car. She just whined a little bit. Her bag was on her car seat. Before she could just look, they took her bag and ran off.
Wow.
They are everywhere. So stopping the ban of Okada, it's going
It doesn't solve it. But what's police presence like in Abule Egba?
We have there's a particular police station, the Okoba police station. Those ones are very corrupt. That's what people keep saying. Are very corrupt. There was a time there was a fracas in fact that was like 2 weeks ago, where they had, I don't know, they were trying to catch Okada people and all that. I don't know what, somebody died. There was a big problem. See, I don't know what to say, because when some people say something, sometimes I see people are exaggerating. You know, when you're in your car, I think everywhere is all safe and good.
Safe,
but I tell you, it's not like
for pedestrians.
So I don't know. Let the government just look into this. These criminal issues. The cops we have around, they are too much. Jobless people are too much. They are too much. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you, Joy, for calling. Victor is in Victoria Island. Hi, Victor.
Good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Okay, I want to talk about, first of all, Mr. President saying that he assures of credible election. That's a lie.
Okay.
He will not do that. I know he will not do that. Anambra, Ekiti, and Osun is just camouflage. It's a lie. So about P2B going to diaspora, my sister, money they take on election now, and he know they control any state. He know any this thing. Now money they use, so he needs support. So if you don't go there to tell them this is what I will do for you, moreover, so many of these people in diaspora, no be their mind they carry come out. Some of them sold their property and they are eager to come back if they will have a good president, and they will support anything good to come to Nigeria. So for him to go to abroad is not a sin. It is a good thing.
Okay, all right, Victor. Thanks for calling. Now let me go to social media. We've got lots of comments, so I'll try and take as many of them as possible. Burabari Patrick says, "I like Buhari's scripted speech, though. It's quite emotional and touching. The man is doing well. He should continue." All right, Burabari, thank you for your message. Prince Math Clinic says, "The president using Osun Ekiti election as examples of free and fair elections is him trying to lose a battle in order to win a war." Okay. All right. We've got so many comments on Facebook. I want to try to take as many of them as possible. Here's this one from Tande Kayode Samuel, who says, "Realistically, it seems like the social media publicity for P2B is really a scam. Show the records of P2B as a governor. Show up. I think that's show us his personal contribution to Nigerian state and the people. Reference to his age, education, and expertise is just right. Traveling to abroad is not particular to Nigeria politics. There will be no rigging. Someone will win, and it can never be P2B." Tanda Kayode Samuel with that message there. Orebe Titus says, "As long as those people in diaspora have relations in Nigeria, they can influence their relatives in Nigeria on whom to vote for. I did it in 2015 when I instructed people in the village who to vote for, and they accepted my opinion. Besides, Obi went for something else but seized the opportunity to address the diaspora. Every opportunity to talk to people matters." All right. We've got so many messages here. Eric says, "Sandra, you invite Comrade Koboko to the studio." Actually, I would love to have Comrade Koboko in the studio with me. Jeff says, "If Nigerians in diaspora have relatives in Nigeria that they help financially, then they can affect the votes. Some people outside can deliver their polling units." Jeff, thanks for your message. Olayinka Silva says, "I wonder what Mr. P2B is going around the world preaching, where the homeland should be the basis. Those in the abroad with PVC policies. It's better we grow with what we have and aftermath, get it right. If eventually he becomes the president, let's stop all these jabbery and focus on the homeland. Mr. Peter Obi is becoming too anxious. But campaigns have not started in Nigeria yet now. They're about to start, but they've not started. Now, these are some of the messages on Facebook. Let's go over to WhatsApp now and take a look at some of the messages that we have there. Good evening, Sandra. Instead of promoting his candidacy here for more support, he's junketing, begging nobody. He's junketing, begging. Nobody knows Peter Obi in my town. That's a message from Emmanuel. Emmanuel, thank you very much. Sandra, it's not popularity. It's not popularly said that, is it not popularly said that he who pays the piper dictates the tune? Most of these Nigerians abroad have become dependents for most families back home, so they have much influence. Comrade Godfrey with that message on WhatsApp. Sandra, why should Peter Obi go and address the diaspora when he knows that the other two leading candidates cannot? That's an unfair competition. Sir Ken with that message there. Here's a message from Romeo in Awoyaya, and he says, I beg to differ. I thank God that. What are you talking about? I'm not sure I understand this message that you sent through. Maybe take a look at it, and maybe this is about I beg to differ from yesterday. I don't know. But take another look and get back to me. Roberts from Ojo, Lagos says, hold on. He says, Mr. John said Obi started in a mistake level by going to the diaspora instead of touring home. I want to correct him that campaign has not started in Nigeria yet. Okay, we'll take that break and come back.
You don't start this your waka waka, Abi?
Good evening, Uncle.
Don't call me that. Which kind of leg you want carry come so?
No vex. Be anyhow waka waka. Na the night show I dey go.
So me not reach to follow you go this night show. Well, wait which kind show be that?
Na the night show. It dey happen for Wazobia TV and Wazobia Max TV with Nedu and Petit every Wednesday by 8 p.m.
I beg you, no carry this grammar on give me. Today, now me and you go do this waka.
The night show, showing Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on Wazobia TV and Wazobia Max TV. UHF 57 Lagos, DSTV channel 259, GoTV 98, Star Times 195, and Free TV 744. Sponsored by Number.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Apologies about that rude interruption. So back to Robert's message. Robert in Ojo. He says, Mr. John said Obi started in a mistake level by going to the diaspora instead of touring home. I want to correct him that campaign has not started in Nigeria. Obi has visited many people from the north and south, even statesmen like Obasanjo, IBB, Abdulsalami, and religious leaders, sitting governors, ex-governors. All right. Andy Roberts from Ojo with that message there. Kenny Nagege says, I drove in Abule Egba yesterday. The road was bad. They can easily rob anyone. But I drove like me too. I get crease. So they didn't come because I saw one car parked. Maybe they just robbed them or not. So after getting to Ilekbo, someone told me that we should hide our phone that they're robbing at the back. There's a dump site around there. Songolu should do something. All right. Emmanuel from Ogun State says, recently someone was stabbed to death because of iPhone 13. My God. Tony Aneleni Jagamo says, I don't blame those who've lost confidence and trust in the Nigerian government, both at the states and federal levels. Oil importation, implementation of ASO agreement, all billed for June 2023. Do they want to kill this 2023? Stoppage of subsidy, oil importation being hinged on Dangote refinery coming on stream. Is Dangote now working for the government that they have turned his company as their bragging right? Tony Anele with that question there. Wasiu Namukoko says, Sandra, those condemning P2B campaigning for the Nigerians in diaspora is like they do not know the contribution contribution of those in the diaspora to our economy. Their own candidate should come out and campaign about Nigeria issue as well. Well, he's not campaigning, he's consulting, and it's different because campaign never really start. Campaign will start in a few weeks. We've got Olu from Badagry who says, I believe Mr. President on credible elections because Buhari will not be on the ballot paper. Nigerians should come out and vote their candidate. Nobody should complain about manipulation of election, including Obi supporters, if you fail to exercise your right. If you go to my village and ask them about P2B, they will think you're talking about Sheena Peter. Charity begins at home with one man, one vote, with your voter's card, not by diaspora votes. That's a message from Olu in Badagry. Olu in Badagry, thank you very much. This message here is from Remy. Remy says, at first, they said Obina social media president. Later, it turned to Obi no get structure. After they said Obi votes no go past 1 million. In fact, Obi and Okowa go share Southeast votes. Now it's Obi isn't doing what will make him win. He's wasting his time touring because diasporans won't vote and a lot of his supporters don't have PVC here. Tinubu's alleged drug cases doesn't scare them. Shetima's alleged involvement with Kabiru Sokoto, a terrorist, doesn't bother them. But Obi, that is spending his explainable wealth to travel around, is their headache. What a pity. That's a message from Remy in Akoka. All right, that's where we call it a wrap on today's Big Three. Let's take a look at the journey of Fabian and Stephanie to the finals. That's coming up in a few seconds. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Experience a better way to stay connected.
Listen, fellas and girls.
Download the Nigeria Info mobile app on iOS and Google Play Store. Join the
And I want to assume that you would run because I want to give the listeners context for the conversation.
In 2019, you were running late to Atiku Abubakar. What did you learn then that you will not repeat this time?
Yes, when is the president coming out to address us?
There's a few things. One, I have a burden and a passion for young people.
The fact that you have elected a man does not mean then you begin to order him around. The president will do whatever is good for the country at any given time.
Mr. Adeshino, isn't the president responsible to the people?
What should the next president do to root out stakeholders who are complicit?
You fire those that need to be fired get fired. It's looking like a brand new Chelsea, attacking with so much fluidity. And what can you say about that, Martin? I know you follow Chelsea quite closely.
I live close to the Chelsea training ground. That's what you mean by that. I'm not.